In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 5 web-based tools that hackers use daily to steal your data, invade your privacy, and compromise your accounts. And the scariest part, every single one of these tools is completely free and accessible to anyone on the internet. But here's why this video is different. I'm not just going to show you what hackers can do. I'm going to give you the exact steps to protect yourself from each of these tools. Because knowledge is your best defense. Let's dive in. Let me tell you something that might shock you. Last week, I found my neighbor's home security camera feed on the internet. Complete strangers could watch his kids playing in the backyard. When I told him about it, he said, "But I never put it online." Well, his camera manufacturer did. Automatically. This isn't a one-off incident. Right now, as you're watching this video, there are millions of devices, photos and pieces of personal information floating around the internet that people never intended to share. And the people finding this information aren't master hackers in hoodies typing away in dark basements. They're using the same tools I'm about to show you, tools that are so simple that literally anyone can use. No programming, no hacking skills required. You just need a web browser and some curiosity as a cherry on top. Everything I'm showing you today is 100% legal when used ethically and with permission. But using these same tools to spy on people, steal information or harm others is not only illegal, it can land you in federal prison. So use this knowledge responsibly. Please. As a disclaimer, for each tool I'm going to tell you what it does, how to access it, why hackers use it, live demonstration of the tool, and finally how you can safeguard yourself. Let me start with what security experts call this tool the most dangerous search engine on the internet. It's called Shodan, and it's terrifying in its simplicity. Shodan scans the internet 24/7, cataloging every device connected online, security cameras, routers, servers, smart TVs, even industrial control system. It's like Google, but instead of searching web pages, it searches for vulnerable devices. Simply go to shodan.io. You can create a free account that gives you limited searches per month, or you can browse without an account for basic functionality as well. Totally depends on you. Instead of randomly scanning for vulnerable devices, which takes time and might get detected, hackers can simply search Shodan for exactly what they want. Looking for unsecured security cameras? Just search webcam. Want to find devices still using default passwords? Just search default password. Need to find vulnerable web servers? Search Apache. Let me show you a live demonstration. I'm going to search for webcam on Shodan. Look at this. Thousands of results showing unsecured security cameras from around the world. Each result shows the IP address, location, and often the exact model of the camera. Some of these don't even require password to view. Now I'll search for default password. And we get devices that are literally advertising they're still using factory set credentials. This is basically a shopping list for hackers. The scary part is that your devices might be on Shodan without you knowing. And here's how to protect yourself. Change default passwords immediately on all smart devices. Keep firmware updated on your routers, cameras, and IoT devices, laptops, PCs, table, chair. Oh sorry, you can keep those empty. Use a firewall to block unnecessary external access if you're a small or medium-sized business, as big companies are now paying for their infra to take care of this. Search for your own IP address on Shodan to see what's exposed. Consider using a VPN to hide your real IP address. Moving on to the next one. You use Google every day, but hackers use it very differently. They use something called Google docking. Advanced search operators that can find information Google wasn't meant to expose. Google docking uses special search commands to find sensitive information that's accidentally been made public. Login pages, confidential documents, database errors, and private files. Just use regular Google, but with special search operators that most people don't know exist. And why hackers use it? Instead of trying to hack into the system, they let Google do the work by finding information that companies accidentally made searchable. Let me demonstrate some basic Google Docs for you. First, let's search file type :PDF confidential. This find PDF document that contains the word confidential and are publicly accessible. Now, in URL :admin, in title :login, this find login pages for administrative panels that are exposed to the internet. Here's a powerful one. Index of password. This find directory listing that might contain password files. This is completely legal because you're just using Google, but the information you find might be sensitive. To protect your organization, regularly audit what's publicly accessible from your company. Use robots.txt to prevent search engine indexing of sensitive directories. Might sound like a gibberish, right? You understand that?
Nope.
Anyways, let's rapidly grasp that. A robots.txt is a small text file that sits on your website and give instruction to search engines, let's say for Google in this case, about which part of your site they are allowed to look at or crawl. When a search engine visits your website, it first checks the robots.txt file. The file might say things like, you can look at these pages and don't go into these folders. Make sure to implement proper access controls. Not everything needs to be public. Also monitor for your company name in the Google Docs to see what's exposed and train employees about what they can upload and share publicly. This next tool is something every single person watching this should check immediately after this video. It's called Have I Been Pawned? And while it was created for good purposes, hackers absolutely love it. Have I Been Pawned is a database of over 15 billion stolen credentials from data breaches. You can search your email address to see if your account has been compromised. Go to haveibeenpawned.com and simply enter any email address. It tells hackers which email addresses have been in the breaches. Then they go to darker corners of the internet to find the actual leaked data and try those old passwords on other accounts. Let me check my own email address. I'm entering my email rapidgrasper@gmail.com. And thankfully I've been in zero data breaches. But for example, I searched abc@gmail.com. This shows me exactly which companies leaked my data, and when it happened, the site shows breach dates going back years. But here's the scary part. Hackers use this information differently. If they see your email was in Vietnam Airlines breach, they know your sensitive personal information was compromised. This makes it easier for them. Same tool you are using for yourself, they are using for you. This tool was actually created to help people, but knowledge of breaches can be weaponized. Check your email immediately on Have I Been Pawned. Change passwords for any breached accounts, even the old ones. Never reuse password across multiple accounts. Use a password manager like Dashlane, Keeper, NotPass, or 1Password, or let me know what you use in the comments as well. Enable two-factor authentication everywhere possible. Monitor your accounts regularly for suspicious activity. These are some of the steps that you can take to safeguard yourself. On to the next one now. This tool will change how you think about every photo you have ever posted online. Most people have no idea that their photos contain hidden data that reveals their exact location, the device they used, and even the time they took the photo. Every digital photo contains EXIF data, which is metadata that includes GPS coordinates, camera settings, timestamps, and device information, and hell a lot. Web-based EXIF tools can extract all of this information instantly. There are multiple sites like exifinfo.org or pic2map.com where you can simply upload a photo and see all its hidden data. Stalkers and identity thieves use EXIF data to track your movements, find your home addresses, and learn your daily routines. Let me demonstrate with a test photo. I uploaded a sample photo to the EXIF reader to show you what it can extract. And look at this information. It can show the exact GPS coordinates, where this photo was taken, and the specific camera model and settings that were used, even the precise timestamp. If I copy these GPS coordinates into Google Maps, it shows the exact building where this photo was taken. Look at this. I just copied GPS coordinates from the photos and there you have it. The exact same location. Isn't that crazy? This level of precision is terrifying when you realize people post hundreds of photos online. Your photos might be revealing more than you think. Turn off your location services for your camera app. If you want to check all the essential settings that you need to turn off, then do check out this video after this, and quickly please subscribe to the channel. That will help me a lot in case you're not already. Check EXIF data before sharing photos online. Be careful with real estate photos. They often contain location data. Review social media privacy settings regularly. Consider using EXIF removal tools before posting photos online. I personally use this free tool, exifremover.com. The final tool that I want to show you today to prove that nothing on the internet ever truly disappears. It's called the Wayback Machine. And it's a complete archive of the internet dating back to 1996. What it does? It takes the snapshot of websites over time, preserving them exactly as they appeared on specific dates. It has archived over 1 trillion web pages. Go to webarchive.org and enter any website URL. You can then browse that site as it appeared years ago or even decades ago. And why hackers use Wayback Machine? I'll let you guess this one. Together we will learn. You got this. Make a guess. No worries if you haven't. Companies often expose sensitive information temporarily. Login pages, employee directories, internal documents, or development servers. Even after they remove this information, the Wayback Machine preserves it forever. Hackers use this to find old vulnerabilities, leaked information, or attack vectors that no longer exist on the live site. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to take a look up at apple.com from 10 years ago. Here's what their website looked like in 2015. You noticed any difference? The old version will contain information that was either leaked or might have present as a vulnerability in the site itself. You can check this for any other site. The current website might have removed this information, but the Wayback Machine preserved it. Your digital history is preserved forever. To counter that, audit your company's historical web presence using Wayback Machine. Assume everything you publish will be permanent even if you delete it, so post carefully. Check if sensitive pages were archived and request removal if necessary. Train employees about your digital permanence because everything leaves a trace. Before we wrap up, I want to show you one more bonus tool that's hiding in the plain sight: GitHub's search function. Developers accidentally upload sensitive information to public repositories all the time. GitHub hosts millions of code repositories and many contain hard-coded passwords, API keys, database credentials, and other secrets that should never be public. Just go to github.com and use their search function at the top with specific queries. Instead of trying to hack into the system, they find credentials that developers accidentally made public. I'm searching GitHub for password and look at these results. Actual code with hard-coded password. It might have false positive, but you must have got my point. What one can do with the proper recon session. These aren't hacking tools, these are legitimate repositories where developers made mistake. But hackers scan GitHub constantly looking for exactly this type of information. These 5 web-based tools represent just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what's available to anyone with internet access. If you reached here, I really appreciate you a lot, and please subscribe to the channel and support the work if you like it. That will help me a lot. Now, I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay secure, and take care.